Marlene, if you would. Great, awesome. She's so on top of it. So, good morning, everybody. I want to now officially welcome you on behalf of Unity in the Gold Country Spiritual Center. I am Reverend Angelika Schaefer, and I have served this community as a guest minister and guest musician for many years. And it is always such a great honor and joy to be able to share and be with you. So, we will start with lighting the Christ candle. I light this Christ candle as a symbol for the Christ light within us, that it might shine ever brighter and fill us with strength, that we trust that light more and more with each moment. And let us also hold the intention to increase the light for each other and in this world. Thank you. And our opening song is May the Longtime Sun, and it is a beautiful Sikh blessing song. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light shine within you, guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you, guide your way on, guide your way on. Satnam, 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 Satnam. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you, guide your way on, guide your way on. I am just sending this this hug to every one of you now, and just feel very connected. And sometimes even more than in person, just because we have to go deeper. And so let's go to our invocation. And I invite you to just relax and come more and more into your own presence. And I will be using a chime in the frequency of 528 hertz. It's actually like a tube chime. And that frequency is for DNA repair and for love. So we're going to do a few wonderful things in this invocation. So let's close our eyes. And take a nice deep breath, breathing through the abdomen, the lower abdomen. And may this pure sound frequency of love calm the mind and body. And take us to a new space within. The space of our sky-like nature. A new horizon beyond our usual operating system. And to an eternal space within us, where the luminous child emerges. May we open fully to the greater reality of our being, our source connection. Breathing deeply into the lower abdomen. Let's connect even more with our voices and toning together. Just vowels. And just feel how these frequencies affect your system and how it may open up inner dimensions. And remaining in that space, I will call out some names of brothers and sisters that need our care. And this is our prayer list for today. And by intention, let's include anyone else who needs care and love. Jim Verducci, for the peaceful passing of Lynn, Keith Malley's sister, Carmen Bravo, John and Margaret, Carl, Betty and Jerry, Christine and Gary, May Kaiser, for the loss of her dog Bella, Sandra Miller, Eric Nyborg, Richard Wood, Yvonne Cote, Sushila Mertens, Caden, Jackson, Sharon and Walt, Charlie and Will McBride, Ernest Cherney, Casey Kress, Skyla Pesey, John Miller, Ruth und Gabriele Schäfer, Julia and David Geisler, Annie and Carter Redding, Jay, Anachita and Ian Iran, Joe Grandinetti, Geraldine Woods, John Rowland for the passing of his mom, Sammy and Bella, Richard, Robin Tosley, Ruth Meyer, Chris Nyborg, Holly, Madison. And now for a few more moments, feel free to speak the names of those you wish to add to our collective prayer. And let's include everyone who is in need of any kind. As we speak these words together, there is only one presence and one power, active as the universe and as our lives, the all-loving goodness of God, and all is well. And the daily word for today is I envision all people living in harmony. Sometimes I wonder about my place in a world that is changing so rapidly. I realize that many of the world's people may be wondering the same thing. Change can feel scary, especially when I feel as though I have to navigate a shifting landscape alone. I expand my awareness and wonder whether others are feeling the same way. Feeling fearful or insecure can overwhelm feelings of peace. As peace seems further and further away, it's easy to drift into isolation and discord. I pray, reclaiming peace by feeling my divine identity as a child of God. I remember that all people share this divine identity. I include all the world's people in my prayer, envisioning us coming together in harmony to create a peaceful world. And from Hebrews 12:14, pursue peace with everyone and the holiness without which no one will see the Lord. And now we're going to do our guided meditation. So I invite you to settle down a bit more, get comfortable. And if you have a mirror handy, that would be lovely. And if not, you could just look at yourself, perhaps in the screen here, or imagine you're looking at yourself. All right. So as we settle in and get more comfortable and relaxed, breathing more deeply and slowly, I will share a down-to-earth teaching from the great master Thich Nhat Hanh, who just passed from this physical realm, but is still very much with us. He said, "Go back and take care of yourself. Your body needs you. Your feelings need you. Your perceptions need you. Your suffering needs you. To acknowledge it. Go home and be there for all those things. So this great master did not deny our humanity or our vulnerability. So let's take this opportunity to come to a new level of acceptance with ourselves, with others, and perhaps even the world the way it is. An opportunity to practice forgiveness, to release any blame for this being that has journeyed so courageously through life to arrive here now. It is a miracle. You are so incredible to take on such a difficult and wonderful experience in this dimension of perceived limitations, to demonstrate the journey back to the light, to the truth, to forgive when it is not easy, to help clear the collective mind of errors. To do the work of the divine. And what if this unique being that you are can open up to new horizons of incredible, expansive love and beauty? Let's hold that vision in our hearts always. Because no matter what, we truly are powerful divine beings. Each of us a spark of infinity, the luminous child, that source created in its own image, with its very own qualities. And every one of our thoughts and words creates. They really count. So I invite you to look in the mirror or to look at the screen, at yourself, and to say these words after me. Dear beloved, and now say your own name. I love you. I see you for who you really are beyond evaluation, beyond appearances. Please forgive me for any judgments and blame I still hold. I thank you. I bless you. And I am willing to do this as long as it takes to come to a new level of inner peace. So let's repeat this a few more times and just notice what comes up for you as you look at yourself. You know, whatever thoughts are there, whatever judgment might be there, just allowing it. It's like a cloud passing through the sky. So let's say these words after me. Dear beloved, say your name. I love you. I see you for who you really are beyond appearances. Please forgive me for any judgments and blame. I thank you. I bless you. And I am willing to do this as long as it takes to come to a new level of inner peace. And one more time, really meaning it, really connecting, even if some discomfort comes up. Dear beloved, your name. I love you. I see you for who you really are beyond evaluation. Please forgive me for any judgments and blame. I thank you. I bless you. And I am willing to do this as long as it takes to come to a new level of inner peace. Just staying with this energy now. I have a song for you that fits this very well. It's a very simple song called the Oneness Song. There's a presence moving gently in the quiet of my being, calling softly all the time. One heart, one mind, one life, united and divine. One heart, one mind, one life, united and divine. Sing with me if you want. There's a presence moving gently in the quiet of my being, calling softly all the time. One heart, one mind, one life, united and divine. One heart, one mind, one life, united and divine. There's a presence moving gently in the quiet of my being, calling softly all the time. One heart, one mind, one life, united and divine. One heart, one mind, one life, united and divine. And now we come to our talk. And when I received the title of this talk, New Horizons in Meditation, and it sounded really good to me. But then I had to contemplate, what does it even mean? And I came to the conclusion that it's actually a matter of perspective. Because in the infinite field, the quantum reality, the space beyond time and space, the ocean of consciousness, everything exists as pure potential all at once. It's hard for the mind to grasp that. But when we contemplate totality, the nature of Source, of God, the concept of new horizons doesn't really exist, because there is only the one infinite horizon. And from the perspective of our lives in this space-time dimension, where to a large degree we relate and act in the same ways today as we did yesterday, where we mostly run on automatic from our programming, habits of thought, feelings and behavior. Limitations of all sorts. And from this perspective, we can certainly experience new horizons. So my wonderful beloved sister Marlene, she turned off the video just because the connection sometimes gets unstable. So you see me as with Jerry's face, but I'm still here. And so let me just go back a little bit. So from the perspective of our lives here in the three-dimensional world, the physical world, we can certainly experience new horizons. Relational, emotional, mental, experiential, and spiritual. It is where we go beyond the known and the familiar. And Dr. Joe Dispenza, in his meditations, he takes people into the space where you are no body, no one, no thing, no mind, no personality, nothing familiar, just space. John Mark Stroud calls it the spacious presence. So new horizons arise for us by expanding our perspective, our awareness, and venturing into the new, the unfamiliar, allowing our consciousness to expand. So some months ago, I had an experience where I looked at the state of the world and humanity, and I felt this upwelling, hopeless feeling, and a thought came in that matched that feeling. No one is here to help me. No one is here to help us. And I recognize these feelings of despair and dejection. They've been there actually in the background most of my life. With parents in Germany who barely survived a major war, I feel it is my work to shift that trauma. But the big question is how? So I learned some wonderful ways to do that as it comes up, layer by layer, step by step. So I went to my forest hermitage temple and sat still with these feelings and thoughts. And I cried. It was very painful. I observed where that pain was in my body, like the heart, the stomach, the whole chest area and belly area. But I didn't try to fix it. I was just giving it space to be. And we rarely do that with uncomfortable emotions. So breathing deeply and more slowly, just willing to experience what was there. And after some time, a new thought came into my awareness. Everything is here to help me. Everything is here to help us. And for a while, these two opposite thoughts took turns in my mind and heart. No one is here to help me. everything is here to help me. And after some more time of being willing to sit with the pain, my whole body lit up as I began to have a full experience of the greater truth. Everything is here to help me. Everything is here to help us, no matter what. But when it becomes an experience, an experiential, full-bodied experience, then it's different from knowing that intellectually. And the way that I get there, one of the ways is through meeting all the opposite emotions, opposite of the oneness that we long for. And whatever pain arises, to meet it with breathing deeply and just being present. It isn't easy to do, but it's well worth it. There was such a dramatic change in my mind and body. It was really deeply healing because a basic trust in life, in God, in our process was restored. And many beings that have been traumatized in their lives, they lack that basic trust, so we have to work on it. But it's really always good to see what is there. One of my teachers in India, he said always, to see is to be free. To see and meet what is there is to be free. So when we meet even the deepest pain with presence, new horizons open up. Consciousness can shift because we allow something new to emerge, kind of like that phoenix out of the ashes, rising to new life. And now I want to explore with you another theme which I found very important. And it is, what do we really want? That question, what do you really want? So when I was in a personal darshan with Sri Bhagavan in India, he is considered an avatar. Many years ago, he asked me directly, what do you want? But in that moment, I got very flustered. I just couldn't put it into words. I was kind of caught off guard. And of course, I still regret that, because such an opportunity to sit with someone like him who wanted to help me fulfill my desires, it doesn't come around very often. But even that embarrassing moment was a teaching and a gift that keeps on giving. Because I keep refining and expanding what I really want. And in truth, there are no words for that. The words are too limiting. But my heart speaks a different language. And there, things are getting more and more clear and more powerful. So what I really want and always wanted, even when I was confusing it with other pursuits, was to be free of inner conflict, to live in a state of joy, of trust, of relaxation, of peace and gratitude, not to be attached to things and people, but to totally enjoy the time given to me here. To relate to everything and everyone in my life as a gift, to continuously expand the previous horizons and see new ones on a daily basis, to never let life get stale, to embrace any experience, even pain, and yet be free internally and help others who want the same. So my desires have to do with experiencing life from a different vantage point, a new horizon altogether, one that is expansive. So for a few moments, let's close our eyes and go together to a space internally where we connect with a version of ourselves that has no limits. that has come to completeness, wholeness, peace, and fully realized our true divine nature. Imagine how that feels when living permanently in that state. No matter what is happening on the outside, allow yourself to feel it in every cell of your body. See yourself clearly. See the radiance, even in the physical body. The light in your eyes. Feel that inner peace and harmony radiating from you as it affects everything around you. See it clearly. Feel it fully in your whole system, like it is already your reality right now. Feel the relief, the joy, the gratitude, the surprise, the satisfaction, perhaps even tears of gratitude, that after such a seemingly long search and journey of tribulations, this is now your new reality, your new experience, and it was all worth it. Something you always wanted has finally come to pass. Stay with this experience and make it really visceral for as long as you can. And then joyfully and with complete ease and trust, release it into the universe, knowing that your manifestation, your desire, is an irresistible magnet and command to the infinite field of intelligence to make it so. Take a deep breath with me. Bring all of that into your life with you now. And let that flavor grow every day. If we make that the most important thing, there is no way that it cannot manifest. It's the combination of the feeling and the clear thought and persistence, never giving up on it. And now I want to address another new horizon in the way of relationship. Talk about relationship. I just saw my sister coming on. She's over in Germany, and she is, I don't know, there's no words. I love her more than I can say. And it's such a joy to have her, even though it's all in English. So relationships, one of my teachers says, life is relationship. Everything is affecting everything. And it is one giant network of interrelatedness. And so how can we go to new horizons in our relating? Well, first comes the relationship with ourselves. Meeting anything that is within us, even the deepest pain, with presence. And being willing to listen, willing not to judge or criticize. And that is kind of the basic premise. And then when relating with each other in our current state of emotional vulnerability, as humanity is, great pain can sometimes arise in our interrelating, even with family, or maybe especially with family. So here is another recipe I want to share with you, and I want to remember it myself. And I think we're all practicing, really. So especially in a moment when pain is triggered by another, first of all, recognizing that pain is always from the past and it is already within us. And then bringing attention to our breath. That is always the doorway to our true self, to our infinite. And bringing attention to our feelings and just observing the sensations. Like, remember that you are the ever-present depths of the ocean, not just the frothy, turbulent waves of the moment, because they come and go. But the ocean welcomes any wave, even a tidal wave. So see if you can wait a little bit and be with your feelings, and not to react or speak or email or text right away, just to give it a little space, to let it be just as it is. It only takes a little while. You don't have to stay with it. It won't stay forever, I promise. And then, if possible, listen more deeply to the other. Perhaps in their rough or inappropriate communication, there was a deeper need, a pain perhaps in their heart, maybe a concern. And see if you could respond with a question. Like, what is your need in this situation? And how could I help you? Instead of attacking back, which only escalates the inflammation. If we could do that, really listen to our own feelings that arise and the deeper need of the other, this world would be a different place. And one thing that I notice people tend to do, which is a recipe for breakdown, is they immediately bring up other items from the past that have perhaps never been addressed, and they use it as a proof that you are really in the wrong. So I know from experience that when we bring items that are still sore into a current situation we want to address, it simply becomes overwhelming and too much. So I advise against it. It does take some willpower, though, some discipline and restraint not to do that, because our pain really wants us to. It loves to complain and make another wrong. We literally want to fling the pain away from us. I recently had an insight that everyone I know exists inside of me, and everything here is symbols. And that was a really profound. Sometimes, I've known things for decades, but I sometimes get it in a deeper way, like my whole being starts to understand something, get it. So I always learn something valuable from every experience. So I do my best, and sometimes it takes a while, to remember that every person, no matter how hurtful they may seem to behave, is a messenger. And they are a reflection, a projection of a hurt that is inside of me, that wants to be seen, loved back home, and completely forgiven. So in a sense, there is nobody out there hurting me. It is always happening in myself. It's an inside job. And if we can remember that, there can arise, even in the midst of a painful situation, a sense of gratitude. Oh, look, I get to address something else inside me. I get to practice and heal some other aspect in the basement of the mind. I get to do God's work. Forgiveness is God's work. Yay! Then there's a sense of joy instead of feeling defeated again, And that makes all the difference. What if we could hold everything in that context? again, the world would change in an instant. So imagine no more violence, acting out, blaming anyone else for our own pain, complete self-responsibility. The process of learning to live from new horizons takes a lot of repetition, because old programs were also installed through repeated experiences. But as we practice, we become better and better, and eventually spirit, love, wins every time. And that is what I think of as mastery. And I am striving towards that, although sometimes it seems that there isn't much progress. But when I really look objectively, there is a lot of progress. And we are all heroes on this journey. So let's take another moment and tune in again. Together, as a community, as a spiritual family, to release all expectations that another or this world should make us happy. Let's forgive ourselves and everyone else and this whole world for how it is showing up right now. Because who knows, it might just lead us to a collective new horizon of incredible, expansive love and beauty. Let's hold that vision in our hearts always, because we are powerful divine beings. Each one of us a spark of infinity, the luminous child that God created with those same qualities. So together, hand in hand, we walk towards that new horizon with each step that we take. And since we are holding each other's hands, we cannot really fail. When one of us stumbles, the one next to us lifts us back up. And I want to end with a Sanskrit prayer that means, from the whole and perfect comes the whole and perfect. I recognize that the totality of all that is needs nothing. It is always whole. As a part of the whole, I too am whole and complete. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And I am sending each one of you infinite love and infinite peace and blessings. And now we're going to do our love offering. You can donate in these ways. There is a button on the homepage of the Unity in the Gold Country website. It says Love Offering, or you can do it by PayPal or by mailing a check. And UGC deeply appreciates your loving, generous support. And let's affirm together. My heart is open to receive and grateful for all my good. I give fearlessly and with love. And now I will share with you that special song that I was talking about earlier, maybe some of you missed it. It's from the movie Frozen 2, an animated Disney movie, and it tells the story of two sisters that have to set right the wrongs of their ancestors. And it's a kind of a mystical, beautiful song. And there are a couple lines in it that I really love. And it's, you had to get a little lost on your way to being found. And it talks about how we have to face what the river knows. And the river is the source of all. We have to know and explore the good and the bad, the painful and the joyful, and meet it all equally. And so this song, my sister told me to learn it. And it's called All Is Found. Where the north wind meets the sea, there's a river full of memory. Sleep, my darling, safe and sound, for in this river all is found. All is found. When all is lost, then all is found. In her waters, deep and true, lie the answers and a path for you. Dive down deep into her sound, but keep your feet on sacred ground. She will sing to those who hear, and in her song all magic flows. Can you brave what you most fear? Can you face what the river knows? Ooh, 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 until the river's finally crossed, you'll never feel the solid ground. You had to get a little lost on your way to being found. Where the north wind meets the sea, there's a mother full of memory. Come, my darling, homeward bound. Where all is lost, then all is found. All is found. All is found. You know, this line could be a whole nother Sunday service talk. When all is lost, then all is found. And another line in this song that really speaks to me is, can you brave what you most fear? And that is our journey. That is the hero's journey that we are all engaged in. And so now to the announcements. Our very, very dear Marlene Bottenfield is now leading a weekly class that explores the various methods of meditation and the many invaluable gifts of a meditation practice. The first classes will be held on Zoom only, but Marlene will move to in-person in the sanctuary as soon as possible. And those are happening on Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Thank you, Marlene. That sounds like just a wonderful offering that is so needed. And then I have an announcement for myself. I offer music in person or online for any occasion, big or small. And I also offer spiritual counseling, intuitive music lessons, and a new form of sound healing that restores the original blueprint and potentiates our DNA. And best contact for me is by emailing me directly or through my website. My email pops up, and it's angelikahealingmusic.com. And just make sure you spell Angelika with a K. It's the German spelling. And now let's pray our prayer for protection. And I think you all know it, I hope. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is. Because I am, and all is well. And now we'll sing our closing song together, and the title is I Choose Love, and it is by Sue Riley. And please feel free to sing along. And I can't show a slide right now because that kind of overloads my system. I have a lot of things going on here. So if you know it, just sing with me. The first line is, peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. We choose love. We choose love. Let's just take a deep breath together. Inhaling, exhaling, and you can make a sound, and it's just a wonderful way to release anything that doesn't belong. So one more time together, inhaling, just connecting that way in that eternal breath, in that eternal moment. And feel free to unmute yourselves now. And I hope you enjoyed this service on behalf of Unity in the Gold Country Spiritual Center. Reverend Jerry Farrell is the senior minister of the center, and he has a wonderful, amazing team. So check out their offerings. They really are a beautiful, amazing, radiant community. Those of you who have joined today, maybe because I shared the link. So check them out, and they have incredible offerings. And I really, really enjoyed being with you and celebrating with you this incredible life. You know, whatever the challenges are, we are here. We're still here. We're still here together. And it's amazing. It's just amazing. So I think you can unmute yourself by clicking that little microphone button on the bottom left if you want to share anything. I wasn't able to monitor the chat if you had anything in the chat because I have tons of buttons to deal with here with the technology. But I'm very, very grateful that it went smoothly and our connection stayed stable. Externally, technically, and internally, especially.
Thank you, Angelika.
Thank you, Angelika. That was beautiful.
Thank you
Beautiful
so
service.
much. Beautiful
Yeah.
as
Everybody
well.
get out and get some
Angelika.
sunshine. Nice to see all of you.
Love you
Thank you.
guys.
Come
Love
again.
you too. Love you all so much.
Beautiful service.
Lots
Thank
of
you.
love to everyone.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, blessings.